Water is one of the most powerful spiritual symbols on earth. It is pure, flowing, and abundant, just like the supply of the universe. When you align your mind with the qualities of water, you open the channels for prosperity to flow freely into your life. Money, like water, is meant to circulate. If you hold water too tightly, it stagnates. If you dam it up, it becomes stale. The same happens with wealth. When you cling in fear, you block the current of supply. But when you release fear and allow flow, abundance moves toward you effortlessly. Every time you drink water, speak words of wealth into it. Water holds vibration. When you bless it with affirmations of prosperity, you charge it with energy that goes into your body and your life. Say, "This water carries the essence of wealth, and as I drink it, I receive abundance in divine order." Then drink with gratitude. You can also use water to wash away limiting beliefs. When you shower or wash your hands, imagine every drop cleansing away fear, debt consciousness, and lack. See yourself stepping into a fresh stream of financial freedom. Say silently, "Every limitation is dissolved. I am clean, clear, and prosperous." Place a glass of water near you when you pray or affirm wealth. It acts as a vessel to hold your intention. In the morning, drink that water as a sacred act, believing you are drinking in supply and opportunities. Water teaches us trust. It never doubts the ocean. It flows without resistance. Let your faith flow like water. The more you trust, the more you receive. Your wealth will come, not by struggle, but by flowing into your life from unseen channels. Remember this, you are like a river connected to the infinite ocean of supply. Stay clear, stay open, and let the current of divine wealth move through you now. Money flows like water because both represent movement, circulation, and life. Just as water is never meant to stay stagnant in one place, money is not meant to be hoarded or locked away with fear. When you understand this truth, you will see that the natural state of wealth is flow. Water runs from rivers to oceans, from clouds to rain, from springs to streams. It moves freely, never worrying about running out, because its source is infinite. In the same way, when you align with the principle of circulation, you realize that money is always in motion, always seeking channels through which it can pass. The moment you hold it in fear, you block its path. When fear, doubt, and anxiety grip your mind, it is like placing a dam in a river. The water no longer runs smoothly, and the freshness is lost. Stagnation begins, and what was once life, giving, becomes heavy and toxic. The same happens with money. When you clutch it tightly, thinking there is not enough, you shut down the current of abundance. Money responds to energy, and energy must flow. When you give freely in faith, you open channels for more to return. When you bless what you have, you multiply its power. Imagine pouring water into your hands and refusing to let any of it go. It would slip through your fingers, and in trying to hold it all, you lose the grace of its flow. But if you trust the river, if you trust the ocean, you let the water pass and know that more will always come. This is the attitude that creates prosperity, a consciousness of supply that never runs dry. The person who fears lack creates a dam in their mind. The person who trusts divine abundance removes every barrier and becomes a clear channel. Money, like water, follows the law of channels. It seeks pathways that are open and clean. If a river is clogged with debris, the water cannot pass. If your thoughts are clogged with fear and resentment, wealth cannot move through your life. This is why gratitude, faith, and generosity are so powerful. They clear the stream. Each act of giving is like removing a stone from the riverbed, allowing the waters to move freely again. Each affirmation of abundance is like melting the ice that formed from old beliefs of lack. When the mind is clear, the current of prosperity begins to rush in, unstoppable, vibrant, and strong. Think about how water nourishes everything it touches. It brings life to dry soil, strength to roots, and refreshment to those who thirst. Money is the same. It is not meant to sit idle. It is meant to create, build, serve, and bless. When you allow money to flow with love and purpose, it enriches your life and the lives of others. It becomes a blessing instead of a burden. Fear tries to freeze the flow, but faith melts it into movement again. Trust the process. Trust the infinite supply that feeds rivers, oceans, and rain. For the same source governs your financial flow. You are connected to that source, and as long as you keep the channels open, your prosperity will never run dry. Water is a living element. It carries energy, absorbs vibration, and reflects intention. When you speak to water, it remembers your words. When you bless water with thoughts of prosperity, you program it with the frequency of abundance. Every time you drink that water, its energy enters your body and begins to shape your reality. This is not mere imagination, it is the science of vibration. Everything in existence responds to frequency, and water is one of the most receptive elements on Earth. Your body itself is mostly water, which means when you speak affirmations into water, you are harmonizing your inner being with wealth, consciousness. When you take a glass of water, do not drink it casually or unconsciously. Hold it with reverence. Look at it as a vessel of divine energy. Whisper words that declare your abundance and supply. Say, "This water is filled with the energy of wealth. As I drink it, I receive unlimited prosperity. Every cell of my body vibrates with riches and success." Speak slowly with conviction, because your words are seeds. The water absorbs them, and when you drink, you plant those seeds in the garden of your mind and body. This simple act can transform your consciousness because you are engaging all senses speaking, hearing, seeing, feeling, and tasting prosperity. When you repeat affirmations without emotion, they carry little power. But when you use water as a medium, you create a ritual that stirs faith. Faith is the activator of manifestation. Visualize streams of gold light flowing through the water as you speak your affirmations. Imagine that every drop is saturated with the essence of wealth. See yourself already living in abundance as you hold the glass. Feel the gratitude of having more than enough, then drink with joy, knowing that something has shifted. It is not magic, it is law. You impressed your subconscious mind with a new pattern, and life will reflect that pattern back to you in opportunities, ideas, and financial blessings. You can do this ritual every morning, when you wake up, or every night before you sleep. Morning water sets the tone for your day. Evening water impresses your subconscious as you sleep, allowing the energy to work through the night. You can also write words of wealth like prosperity, abundance, and riches on the glass or bottle. The water will carry those vibrations. This is the power of intention combined with action. Many people rush through life without sacred awareness, and their thoughts are scattered. But when you pause and charge water with prosperity affirmations, you create a moment of deep focus. That focus draws power. What you concentrate on expands. Think of this ritual as a partnership with the universe. You are saying, "I align myself with abundance. I open the channels for wealth to flow to me." And the universe responds because energy always matches energy. The more you charge your water with faith-filled affirmations, the more you dissolve old patterns of lack and plant seeds of wealth. You begin to expect abundance instead of fearing lack, and as expectation shifts, life begins to rearrange itself. People, resources, and ideas will come to you in perfect timing. All of this begins with a glass of water, a few words spoken with belief, and the knowing that what you blesses you in return. Water has always been a universal symbol of purity and renewal. It carries the power to wash away the old and make room for the new. When you understand this principle, you can use water as a sacred tool to cleanse your financial blocks and open the flow of abundance. Every thought of fear, every belief in limitation, and every memory of financial struggle creates an energetic residue in your consciousness. These residues are like stains on the window of your mind, preventing the light of prosperity from shining through. Water becomes the element that clears away these stains, leaving your inner self refreshed and ready to attract wealth. Each time you stand under a shower or immerse yourself in a bath, see it as more than a physical cleansing. It is a spiritual act, a moment to release old patterns and embrace new possibilities. As the water runs over your body, imagine that every drop is infused with divine light. Visualize it washing away fear, guilt, and anxiety about money. Picture debts dissolving in the stream, leaving your energy clear and open to receive supply. Speak affirmations silently or aloud as the water flows. Every limitation is dissolved now. I am free from all financial blocks. Abundance flows through me like a river. The power of this visualization combined with the physical sensation of water creates a strong impression on your subconscious mind, and what the subconscious accepts, life manifests. You can make this ritual even more powerful by adding intention before you begin. Hold the thought that this water represents new beginnings. If you use a bath, you may add sea salt, which symbolizes purification, or a few drops of essential oil for peace and clarity. As you step into the water, leave behind the heaviness of lack and step into the freedom of supply. Feel the old energy being carried away, never to return. When you finish, thank the water for serving as a channel of cleansing and renewal. Gratitude seals the work and keeps your vibration high. Another way to use water for clearing financial blocks is by washing your hands with purpose. Each time you wash, affirm that you are releasing any attachment to fear or struggle. Imagine old worries slipping down the drain. These simple acts, repeated daily, build new patterns in your consciousness. The ritual does not have to be complicated. Its strength lies in faith and consistency. What you do with intention, even if it seems small, becomes a magnet for great change. Water rituals also teach trust. Just as water flows naturally without resistance, so should your relationship with money. When you cling to fear or control, you create blockages in your life. When you allow release and renewal, abundance returns in greater measure. These rituals remind you to let go and trust the divine flow that governs all supply. When the mind is clear and the heart is light, opportunities move toward you without effort. Cleansing with water is not only an external act, it is an inner transformation that shifts energy from scarcity to sufficiency. Every time you practice this, feel the truth that you are worthy of wealth, that nothing can block what is divinely yours. As you continue, you will notice a change in how you think and feel about money. Fear will lose its grip and faith will take its place. Then, like a river freed from its barriers, prosperity will move through your life with ease and grace. The flow will be constant and the supply will be abundant because you have removed every obstacle within and allowed the current of wealth to carry you forward. Creating a water intention ritual is one of the most powerful ways to align your energy with abundance and open the channels for wealth to flow into your life. Water is a natural conductor of energy, and it responds to thought and vibration. When you use water as a tool for intention, you transform something simple and ordinary into a sacred act that shapes your reality. The purpose of a water intention ritual is to impress your subconscious mind with prosperity, dissolve feelings of lack, and create a magnetic field that attracts money effortlessly. Begin with a clear container of fresh, clean water. Hold it in your hands and take a moment to become still. Breathe deeply, centering your mind and heart. Feel gratitude for the water you hold, recognizing it as a gift from the infinite source that provides for all creation. This gratitude opens your energy and sets the tone for the ritual. As you gaze into the water, imagine it as a blank canvas ready to absorb the image of the life you desire. Every word you speak and every thought you hold is an impression upon this canvas. Speak your affirmations clearly and with conviction. For example, you may say, "This water is charged with abundance. As I drink it, I receive unlimited prosperity. Every cell of my being vibrates with wealth and success." Repeat these words slowly, letting them sink deeply into your consciousness. The vibration of your voice enters the water and programs it with your intention. Visualization adds even more power. See the water glowing with golden light, as if liquid wealth flows within it. Imagine streams of money, opportunities, and blessings moving toward you effortlessly. Feel the joy of already having more than enough. The more real this vision becomes in your mind, the stronger the energy you create. Once you have spoken your affirmations and visualized your desired reality, hold the water to your heart and silently give thanks as if it is already done. Gratitude seals your intention and aligns you with the frequency of receiving. When you drink the water, do so consciously. Taste it slowly, knowing that you are not just hydrating your body, but infusing it with the vibration of prosperity. Say silently as you sip, "I receive abundance now. Every drop brings me closer to my highest good." Imagine the energy moving through your body like a river of light, washing away fear, lack, and doubt, leaving only clarity, confidence, and wealth, consciousness. This is more than a ritual. It is a spiritual partnership with the universe. You are declaring with faith and action that you are open to receive and ready to manifest. You can enhance the ritual by placing the water in sunlight or moonlight for a few hours before drinking it. Sunlight adds vitality and strength, while moonlight adds intuition and receptivity. You may also write words like wealth, prosperity, and success on the glass or place it over an affirmation card. The water will absorb these vibrations and amplify your intention. Consistency is key. Do this ritual daily or as often as you feel led, and watch as your thoughts shift, your energy clears, and your circumstances begin to change. The more you focus on the truth of abundance, the more you dissolve the illusion of lack. What begins as a simple glass of water becomes a sacred bridge between your intention and its manifestation, drawing prosperity to you with grace and ease. Water is the perfect teacher of abundance because it demonstrates the law of flow without resistance. When you observe a river, it moves forward with ease, adjusting to every curve and obstacle without hesitation. It does not cling to one spot or fight to hold its form. It simply trusts the natural current and continues its journey toward the vastness of the ocean. This is the same attitude you must adopt when it comes to wealth and financial freedom. Money, like water, is meant to circulate. When you resist its movement by clinging to fear or hoarding in anxiety, you disrupt the flow. You create tension in your energy, and that tension becomes a dam. Flow cannot happen where fear reigns. To trust like water is to release control and believe that the supply is endless. A river does not panic when it pours into the sea. It knows the rain will return. There is an unspoken faith in the cycle. You must hold the same faith with money. Let it move through your life, blessing others and fulfilling its purpose, because what you give with trust returns multiplied. Fear tells you to grip tightly, to never release, but this gripping creates scarcity consciousness. Scarcity is like stagnant water. It becomes unhealthy, heavy, and lifeless. Flow, on the other hand, keeps everything fresh, alive, and expanding. When you adopt the nature of water, you become flexible and open to new channels of income and unexpected blessings. You stop demanding that abundance come from one source, and you allow the universe to surprise you with limitless ways of provision. Water also teaches humility and adaptability. It takes the shape of whatever contains it, yet it never loses its essence. You can pour it into a glass, a riverbed, or an ocean, and it remains water. In the same way, you must adapt to circumstances without losing faith in abundance. If one door closes, another opens. If one stream dries up, another appears. Trust the bigger picture. Trust the unseen current guiding you to greater supply. When you resist change, you create inner turbulence. But when you flow like water, you glide smoothly into your next opportunity without fear. There is also a gentleness in water that carries immense strength. A river seems soft and yielding, yet over time it carves through rock. This is the power of persistence without force. You do not need to push or struggle to attract wealth. You only need to stay consistent in faith. Keep moving forward and trust the timing of life. Let your energy remain calm and steady, like water flowing toward the ocean. The destination is guaranteed, but the pace is determined by your ability to release resistance. When you live like water, you release the urge to control every detail. You stop worrying about how and when the money will come. Instead, you affirm that it will come in perfect order through perfect channels at the perfect time. This trust opens the way for miracles. The moment you let go of resistance, opportunities begin to appear effortlessly. Resources show up, ideas come to mind, and people cross your path at the right moment. This is the divine flow working for you. Stay in it. Be like water unshaken by obstacles, fearless in movement, and certain of your destination. Trust the infinite ocean of supply, for you are connected to it, and its abundance is without end. You are not separate from abundance. You are not a small, powerless being struggling in a world of limitation. You are a living channel, a river flowing from an infinite source of supply that never runs dry. Just as every river is connected to the ocean, your life is connected to the infinite abundance of the universe. The river does not create its own water. It draws from the source, and the source is inexhaustible. In the same way, you do not create wealth by sheer effort alone. It flows through you from the infinite intelligence that governs all life. When you truly understand this, fear dissolves, worry loses its grip. You no longer ask, where will the money come from? Because you know it comes from the same place as the breath in your lungs, the rain in the sky, and the rivers that never stop flowing. This truth transforms how you think about giving and receiving. A river never fears that the water it releases will leave it empty because it knows more will come. It is constantly replenished. You must live with the same trust. When you give generously, whether in money, kindness, or service, you do not lose, you increase the flow. Giving keeps the current moving. Hoarding in fear is like building a dam. It blocks the circulation and creates stagnation. Money, like water, is meant to move. When you hold it tightly, you stop the stream of blessings in your own life. But when you release it in faith, you keep the river of supply wide open. Sometimes the river narrows. Sometimes it bends or slows, but even then it is still moving toward the ocean. Your life may have seasons when finances seem tight, but that does not mean the supply has ended. It only means you are flowing through a bend, a curve that leads to wider waters ahead. Trust the current. Do not allow fear to create a dam in your mind. Do not cling to lack, thinking, or speak words of limitation. Keep affirming, I am connected to infinite supply. My river never runs dry. These words are not just phrases. They are keys that unlock your consciousness to the truth of your divine connection. A river also receives from many sources: rainfall, streams, underground springs. Likewise, your wealth is not confined to one channel. If one stream dries up, another will appear. Opportunities are endless because the source is endless. You must be willing to allow new channels to open. Release the belief that your income can only come from one job, one business, or one person. The universe has infinite ways to bless you. When you stay open and flexible, new streams begin to flow toward you effortlessly. Imagine yourself as this river, wide, powerful, and unstoppable, carrying abundance into every area of your life. Feel the strength of the current within you. Know that nothing can cut you off from the ocean of supply because you are part of it. The same creative force that formed the mountains and filled the seas flows through you right now. It is not limited by time, economy, or circumstances. It is eternal and infinite. When you align with this truth, you live without fear, you give freely, receive joyfully, and move through life with confidence. You are a river, and your source is boundless. Let the flow continue without resistance, and you will see prosperity rush into your life like a mighty stream, bringing with it all that you need and more than you can imagine. So remember this: water is not just a physical element. It is a spiritual tool, a carrier of vibration, and a mirror of your consciousness. When you bless it, it blesses you. When you speak prosperity into it, it becomes a stream of abundance flowing into every area of your life. Use water to release fear, dissolve limitations, and affirm the wealth that is already yours by divine right. Let every sip remind you of the infinite supply that sustains you. Let every drop that touches your skin wash away the past and open the doors to your richest future. Flow like water, trust like water, and you will see prosperity move toward you in ways beyond imagination. The current of abundance is already here. Step into it and let it carry you to the life of freedom and plenty that is waiting for you now.